Well, that was absolutely ridiculous, wasn't it? I don't know how we won that. Well, I do. We were the better team just about. But that was a truly awful game of football. But sometimes you just got to laugh. I don't think we can really read too much into a game given the circumstances that, yeah, I'm talking about the giant elephant in the Wembley-sized room there. The pitch was absolutely atrocious. All you've got to say is when you've got that many top-class players, 22 international quality players there, misplacing that many passes, being that awful and genuinely making that many mistakes and decisions, you got to put it down to the awful, confusing markings on the pitch and the bubbles and the general just state of it. It was an awful game of football. Loads of players, so much better than they were, making mistakes all over the pitch. So, in general, I don't think you can read too much into it. I think all that matters is that we actually won. We were marginally the better side. Spurs only really had one quality chance in the end, and we had 2 or 3 where we should have scored more. It was just a game to forget. And all I know is that we won away in Spurs in incredibly hard conditions, and I'm very, very happy about that. We're back to being joint top again, I guess, but we're top of the league and thoroughly deserved, and no one can take that away from us in a game that we really could have dropped points on another day. Yeah, it wasn't a vintage performance, but as I said before, can you really judge all the players when that many were that bad? The fullbacks in particular, both on Spurs' side and our side, were just genuinely awful. Mendy and Walker making mistakes all night, but then there was a save for Davis and Trippier for Spurs. It must have been something to do with the markings on the pitch, maybe just confusing the headspace and the sense of direction, or even just the bubbles on the pitch. But either way, those 4 players were really, really confused throughout it. A couple of players who had exquisite first touches like Mahrez and Bernardo Silva looked a little bit more comfortable controlling the ball, but in general most of them kind of tried to keep it simple but couldn't always manage it. It's little things like seeing the ball being constantly short and the weight of the pass not always being right. That suggests that the ball was kind of running up short given the bobbles or whatever, or they're overhitting it or underplaying it. It's got to be the pitch. It's got to be the hesitancy caused from that. And I want to give a big shout out to Stones and Laporte as well in the centre. They dealt with everything. A lot of long balls and they dealt with it largely excellently. We needed their solidity, and Ederson as well had a huge game at one point, rushing out and absolutely poleaxing Harry Kane. It was brilliant. He's a mad bastard, isn't he, Ederson? I love him. He'd headbutt a cannonball if he launched it in the area. I love that never say die attitude, and that was a huge pivotal moment part of the game. And in general, it was just about enough. Aguero didn't look comfortable, neither did most of the players, to be honest. But Fernandinho was an absolute rock. I thought he was fantastic. A few, sorry, I'm a little bit under weather at the moment. A few were saying about a month ago that he was looking old and looking past it, and he was a spent force because he had a slow start to the season. But he's just as important as he ever has been. He's just a quality world-class player, and we are lucky to have him. What does that mean now for us? Well, it means we come through another huge game unscathed, and we just keep finding a way to win. Even though both teams were shit, we were marginally less shit, and that's all that matters. If you be less shit than the other team, you're going to win the game, and that's what's happened to us. Not a classic, quite a hilarious game of football, if we're being totally honest, but one that we'll probably forget in a hurry, and rightfully so. That game on that pitch, it was awful, but you know, we come through with the 3 points, so that's all that matters. Anyway guys, I've not been making videos the past 3 or 4 days because I've been off work and I've been really run down with a bit of man flu, but I'm getting better now anyway, and as you can see as well, I'm all freshly clean shaven, which is a little bit confusing for myself, seeing myself in my camera there. It's just it's scary, I don't like it. I was Spider-Man at Halloween, so I shaved the beard off because he hasn't got a beard. Anyway, I digress. If you're new to this channel, subscribe, and I'll see you soon.